Hi, I'm Linda Mihara, and for this lesson, I'm going to teach a spin on a classic model, the crane. And this is actually the flying crane. A lot of fun, and I recommend using a 10-inch square of origami paper, and hope you have that ready. So let's get started. So we're first going to do a set of pre-creases, which will set us up to create the preliminary base. Super easy way to do that is start with the color side face up like you see here, and we're going to fold a triangle. And let's fold this one here. You want to line up your points at the top, hold it in place with one hand, pull straight down the middle, and then you go to the right and left, and that way you get a nice perfect triangle without any shifting or any funny business, I guess. Go ahead and open that up, and let's rotate it and fold the other triangle. So go ahead and line up your 2 points on the top, pull straight down the middle, and then you're just going to go to the right and the left, just like that. Okay, you're going to open this up. Now let's turn the whole thing over to the other side, and we're going to fold both rectangles. So let's go ahead and fold this in half into a rectangle. You want to line up one point first, and then the other one here, hold it in the middle, start from the center, pull straight down, go to the right and left. Here's one rectangle, and then we're going to open this up, rotate, and fold the other rectangle. When you fold the second rectangle, you want to keep it folded, and I'll show you why. Really cool way to open this up into a preliminary base. So again, keep it folded like this. Grab it at the folded edge. So right now my folded edge is right here. We're going to grasp each corner of that folded edge with your right and your left hand. And when you bring your hands together, do you see how the four corners meet here at the bottom? That's what you want. So let's bring the four corners to the middle like this. And then you're going to split the four layers here. So let's bring this layer over to this side and this layer over to this side. So now we have 2 and 2. Go ahead and flatten it out, and it should look like a stacked square that has 2 flaps on one side and 2 flaps on the other side, just like this. This is called a preliminary base. So now we're going to make, if you see, you have your center line crease that comes right down the middle here. Orient your paper so that the opened end is facing you, just like how you see it here on camera. And we're going to take this edge of the right top flap, just this bottom edge here, and we're going to line it up with the center crease using this bottom point as your pivot, okay? So it's going to look like this. This whole edge comes up to meet that center line. This pre-crease is really important that you get as accurate as you can get it. You want to go up to but not over that center crease, because it's going to set you up for another maneuver called the petal fold. So it's real important that you don't go over this center line. Same for the other side. So we're going to take this left hand flat and take this edge and bring it up to but not across that center line. So you might have just a slight gap going down the middle like that. Okay, so I call this the ice cream cone. And then this top triangle is our ice cream. So what we want to do is take the ice cream and fold it down onto the cone. So you're just going to take that triangle and fold it down just like this. Good idea to kind of fold it all the way around. If you have a creasing tool, that's great. If you don't have a creasing tool, you could grab a spoon, or if you've got like a rounded marker or a round pen like this, that's a great tool to just kind of run over all of your folds and make it nice and clean. And so now that you have the ice cream cone, what we're going to do is eat the ice cream and eat the cone. So we want to unfold the ice cream and unfold the cone. So let's do that. Let's unfold the ice cream. Let's unfold the cone. So we're unfolding those 3 flaps. And you see that you've got like an upside down triangle here. We're going to peel away this top layer of paper, and you want to keep this whole triangle, this whole ice cream stays flat, and the bottom of the ice cream here becomes a hinge with the paper. So you see how that works. So what you want to do is lift up, maybe hold these down, lift this up and stretch it out. And you see that that ice cream is still flat. Here's your hinge. So you're going to stretch the paper out as far as it'll go. And so you see how the sides start to come in? That's what you want to have happen. We're going to start with the right side, and this is already a valley fold. You're just going to reinforce that by closing this flap in like this. It's just going to follow that pre-crease that you did with the ice cream cone. Let's go ahead and kind of open this paper up here. And what we want to do is continue by reversing the direction of that pre-crease that you've made up here. And so what I do is from this middle point here, if you just pinch it, it should fall right into place because you've put that pre-crease in there. So this is the end result. This is the half. I'm going to do the other half. So let's start from the bottom. You're going to bring the edge to the center just like this. You're just following that pre-crease like I said earlier here. And then you want to, from the midpoint, kind of pinch this in place. It'll follow right along that pre-crease that you've done. And then this should flatten very nicely like this. So this is called a petal fold. This is like the petal of a flower. And this is half of what we call a crane base, which is like one of the key bases in origami, key for a lot of things. Flowers, birds, because it has these natural wings that occur. Let's turn the whole thing over. And again, have this open end facing you. We're going to make our second ice cream cone. So let's take this edge and fold it in to the center line. Remember, up to but not over. It's real important that you don't go over that center line, but you want to get as close to it as you can. Now that we have that one in place, we're going to take the one on the left and bring that up to the center. Again, not over, but right up to, just like this. And then we're going to take our ice cream, that triangle, and fold that down. Use your creasing tool at this point. And when you use your creasing tool, you want to use it after you've made the initial crease with your hands. That way you don't get any shifting and it's nice and accurate, okay? So now that we have our ice cream, our second ice cream cone, let's unfold the ice cream, eat the cone, peel off this top layer of paper, keep this part flat, and use this part as a hinge, like that. So you're going to stretch the paper out as far as it'll go. And then go ahead and let's start with the right side, bring the side in to the center. And then from this halfway point, you're going to pinch this whole edge so that that fold gets into place just like this. And the second one, the same thing. You're just going to, from the outside, bring that edge into the middle. Might have to kind of sometimes take your finger and poke this open so that there's no congestion of the paper. So it's nice and smooth. And then go ahead and pinch this all the way up and it will flatten just like this into your crane base. So what you have are two legs down here, and you actually have two wings up in here and the body right there. Let's start. Okay, you have your head and tail facing you, and have you orient your crane base just like this. From the outside, you want to take just the top layer here, and you're just going to swing it over to the left. Let's go ahead and crease that. So it should look just like this. You've got this triangle here, you've got this flap here, and then you've got the flap here. We're going to take just this top layer, this flap here. You see this one leg is still back here. It's just this top layer, and we're going to fold it all the way up to the top. So it should meet all the way up here with the other 3 points. And let's go ahead and fold. So it should look just like this. Now, from the left side, we're going to close this up. We opened it by folding it over to the left. Now we're taking this and we're just folding it back over to the right. So we've taken this, folded this up, and then now we're going to close it up just like that. So you want to make sure that your model looks just like this. We've got one leg coming down like this, and then a half right here. The next step is to take the top flap from the left, and let's take that and swing it over to the right. and go ahead and flattening it down like this. So your model should look just like this. We're going to take now just the top flap on the left side. We're going to take this edge here and we're going to bring it to line up with this edge here. And the key here is to leave a little space all the way down, so it should look just like one long triangle, or a dart, I guess, like this. And if you look here, I've got a little space. I didn't go over, again, you don't want to go over that edge. You want to leave a little space. So we kind of went up to, but again, not over the edge there. This is real important because the next, or the next two steps are inverting this whole thing. So it's real important that you have that extra space to give you some room. Now that we have that, let's turn the whole thing over. And we're going to do the same for this side here. Bring that edge to just shy of the middle, that center line, which is the other side of that leg there. And again, leave a little bit of space all the way down, like you see here, just like that. Now, from the outside, let's take this flap and just swing it over to the left. So your model should look just like this. We've got one long leg here, we've got a little triangle sticking out here. And what we're going to do is take this and fold it all the way to the top here. Just like that. And go ahead and give it a fold, nice fold here. And then one more step, we're going to take just the tip, oh, I would say about an inch or so, and fold it straight down. Make sure that that point lines up with that center gap that you've got going on. So it should look just like this. Okay, you've got the head here. So now we're going to take the left flap here, and we're just, make sure that this is tucked in. We're just going to swing it back over to the right. So now the head is tucked in here. So your model should look just like this. So now we're going to fold, we're going to take the tail and bring it out and start making the detail on this model. So if you hold it in your hands and reach in and pinch the tail, just like I'm doing here. Keep pinching it. And you notice you can kind of swing this out like this, okay? Make sure that you keep pinching it. So when you pinch it, you want to bring it down all the way to this point here. So if you look at your wing, it stops right here and sticks out, and then it continues in. So we want to position the tail to line up with that point, just like how I have it here. And then we're just going to go ahead and make that fold. So it should look just like this. It should line up with that, just like that. Now we're going to reach inside and pinch the head, all the layers here. And we're going to swing it out. You want to keep pinching it. You're not going to unfold it. You keep pinching it. You can swing it out. And let's bring it to, there's a layer of paper that comes out at an angle like this. So I like to bring it out to right about that angle like that. And then just go ahead and fold all the layers down here at the bottom, and that'll hold it in place. And so the final step is to reach inside for the beak. Again, the same principle applies where you just pinch it. Don't let go. Pinch it, swing it out to where you want that angle, the angle of the head to be, and then you pinch this part here, and then that is your head. So now you're done with the folding. That's the good news. Now it's time to fly this thing. Take each wing and open it up with your hands like this. You want to bring it down. It's very important to not crease the wing. I repeat, do not fold the wing down. Do not fold the wing down. You just want to open it up and stretch it so that the wings are out just like this. If you put a fold here, it's not going to fly. So we just want to give the wings a little nudge by opening it up like this. Hold the base of the neck right here with one hand. Hold the tip of the tail with your other hand. And you see the tail is pointing out this way. So that's the direction you're going to very gently pull. So let's go ahead and pull. And there is your flying crane. Very gently pull. Okay. So that is your wonderful classic crane, but the flying version. Thank you for joining me.